Group G's a tough one. And in Group G, we've got two countries that begin with G. Unless you're talking German, then it's Deutschland. But it's Germany and Ghana. And alongside them, you've got USA and Portugal. I mean, this, for me, is probably the most open group in the tournament in terms of all four teams you could make a case for. Germany, of course, always one of the favourites. They've emerged after, relatively speaking, a different period for them from the 90s, and we're accustomed to see them winning major trophies. It's been quite a while now, but they've got some fresh produce, haven't they, coming through? And as we've seen with German football in Europe, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, they've done particularly well in those fields. So I would expect the Germans to be strong. Conditions don't necessarily suit German football in South America, particularly in a couple of the games they've got to play in places that are really hot. So that's not going to be easy for them. Alongside the other teams, Ghana, not too many household names. Asamoah Gyan, of course, who scored a few goals in the previous World Cup. But they've got some very good players and they're well organised. One of the strongest African nations in the tournament. Portugal, well, talk about Ronaldo, don't we? He's just been so brilliant this season. Finally won that World Player of the Year. Been wrestling with Messi for it over the previous few seasons. Phenomenal goal scoring rate, unbelievable player. He dragged Portugal to the World Cup almost single-handedly, didn't he? When he saw off Sweden and Ibra and co with an unbelievable performance. One of the greatest games I've ever seen any player have, to be perfectly honest. Scoring that incredible hat-trick away from home that saw them there. So, a lot will depend on him, but teams, of course, will gang up, I imagine, on Ronaldo. And if you can stop Ronaldo, you stop Portugal. And it just puts so much pressure on him as an individual, but it's a pressure that, he's proven time and again that he can overcome. And the USA, you can even make a case for the USA because, they're quite dogmatic. And Klinsmann's a wily coach, and he's got a togetherness there. They've had a lot of good results. Their winning record over the past couple of years has been fairly prolific, and they've played some big nations as well. I recall they beat Germany in a friendly. So, you can't rule out the United States, but they've been given such a tough group. I'm going to go Germany because Germany do it. And whilst I think Ghana are very strong, I just think Ronaldo will get Portugal through. So Germany as winners, Portugal second.